They called him the Rhinestone Cowboy, a country music legend with a voice as smooth as velvet and guitar skills that could make even the toughest crowd stop and listen. Glen Campbell wasn't just a star. He was a phenomenon, rising from a humble Arkansas farm boy to one of the most beloved entertainers of his time. He sang the songs that defined a generation, from Wichita Lineman to Gentle on My Mind, and along the way, he earned the admiration of legends, including none other than Elvis Presley, who called Campbell a friend and a fellow kindred spirit. But behind the bright lights and the endless hits, there was a darkness few knew about, a scandal so shocking that, for a moment, it looked like it would destroy everything Glen had built. This isn't just the story of a country music hero, it's the untold tale of the mistakes, the heartbreak, and the redemption that nearly cost Glen Campbell his career and his life. By the early 1970s, Campbell was at the very top of the music world. His TV show, The Glen Campbell Good Time Hour, made him a household name, and his crossover success had made him one of the few country artists to dominate the pop charts. Everyone wanted to work with him, from Elvis to Frank Sinatra. But as fame skyrocketed, so did the pressure. Behind that winning smile and easygoing charm was a man struggling to keep it all together. Campbell had been battling private demons for years, bouts of insecurity, a dependence on alcohol, and an inability to say no to the chaos that surrounded him in the wild world of show business. Then came the scandal that almost no one saw coming. In the late 1970s, Campbell's relationship with country singer Tanya Tucker exploded into the public eye, and not in a good way. What started as a whirlwind romance between two of country music's biggest stars quickly devolved into a toxic storm of jealousy, public arguments, and very private pain splashed across every tabloid in America. The media couldn't get enough of it, and neither could the fans. Every ugly detail of their fights, their reconciliations, and their heartbreak was dissected for the world to see, painting Campbell not as the polished, good guy of country music, but as a man teetering on the edge. Elvis Presley, a close friend of Glen's, had reportedly warned him about the dangers of fame and excess, but by then, Campbell was too deep into the storm to hear it. Concert promoters grew wary, fans whispered, and industry insiders began to wonder if Glen Campbell, the man who seemed untouchable, was finished. His once sparkling reputation was in tatters, and his personal battles with substance abuse only fueled the fire. What made the scandal so damaging wasn't just the headlines. It was that it humanized him in the harshest possible way, stripping away the polished exterior and exposing a man at war with himself. But Glen Campbell wasn't the kind of man to stay down for long. With the support of friends, family, and sheer determination, he began the long climb back to stability. He sought help, cleaned up his act, and poured himself back into the music that had always been his salvation. Slowly but surely, the public began to forgive and to remember why they had loved him in the first place. His later work, including the hauntingly beautiful Ghost on the Canvas and his deeply personal farewell tour, reminded the world that true legends don't fade, they evolve. Looking back now, the scandal that nearly ended Glen Campbell's career has become just one chapter in a remarkable story of resilience, redemption, and raw talent. He remained close to Elvis until the King's untimely passing in 1977, often reflecting on the bond they shared and the warnings he wished he had heeded sooner. Today, Glen Campbell is remembered not just as a musician, but as a man, flawed, brilliant, and unafraid to confront his own demons. His story is a reminder that even the brightest stars can fall, but with grit and grace, they can rise again, shining brighter than ever before.